Hey guys, this is Issues with Toddy One Skip. I am Toddy One Skip. Welcome back to our channel, our community, our place. The place where we go to be ourselves. Our safe space, the community that we built, the place where we eat together. Tell us where we're at. What time of day, what time of night. We're always hungry, we want to chat. Let's go. Guys, Ryan Anderson did a live. And he was talking about how he doesn't understand certain things. Like, why are we so upset with Gypsy when she didn't do anything to us? Ryan, we're upset with Gypsy because of what she did to Nick. And the fact that you don't want to see anything about what happened that night. You want to be oblivious to it. Pretend like it didn't happen. Pretend that Gypsy was the one that was manipulated. We saw the pictures. We have our own theories about what happened. And we're not crazy about what she did. How she manipulated Nick, used Nick, how she masterminded. You know, she's the one that masterminded the unaliving of her mom. And then she sought somebody weaker than her. And she had them do the dirty work. That person's sitting in prison for life. You understand that, right? It'd be like this, Ryan, but to the 10th degree. You know how you're getting divorced? That's all your fault. Everything about it's your fault. It's your fault, Ryan, because you knew what Gypsy was in prison for. So you saw all the red flags. You gave your heart. You did everything with the utmost sincerity. You kind of got screwed, but it's all your fault. Well, imagine that 100 times for Nick. Yet remember, Ryan, while you're sitting there, you know, and working with special needs kids, Nick was one of those special needs kids. And somebody with malicious intent, greed. Oh, God, what else can I say about that lovely wife of yours? That lovely wife of yours that took advantage of an autistic young man and threw him under the bus. Kept him going for several years. Used her body. We know this, right? Used her body almost as payment for him, right? I mean, yeah. See, for you not to have watched anything about this and then question why we're so upset, we're not really so upset because of what she did to you. We're upset about the pattern that people like you have let her get away with. You see the difference there? Ryan, I want you to understand why. Because if you really don't understand, we're going to school you on it. Because that's why we're upset. So let's listen more.
The fall of Gypsy Rose, or like Gypsy's going down, or, you know, people do lives where they just bash her nonstop. And I don't get it. Like, all right, these people are bashing somebody who didn't do anything to them. If anybody should be bashing her, it should be me. Like, she's done more to me than she's done to all those people hosting lives, you know. So I just don't get the hate. Like, if I can overlook it and, like, just accept things the way they are, like, I just don't get it. Like, it's one of those, I just don't get why people do that nonstop.
So yeah, once again, it's really not all about you. We like you. I mean, I like you, but I really am not trying to fight your battle. I do think it's unfair the way she treated you, but if you're okay with it, that's okay. I'm still not okay with the way she treats the world. I'm not okay that she's an influencer. I'm not okay that people consider her a role model. I'm not okay that young people look up to her and think that it's okay to unalive your mom if you're unhappy with it. How do you think that that's okay, Ryan? That's the problem that we have. It's not that she broke your heart. We're sorry about that. We think that's terrible, but that's not my problem with her. And I don't think that's everybody's problem with her. The fact she broke your heart is actually your problem. We feel bad for you, but if you don't want us to, we don't have to. But the way she behaves is our problem. And it's a lot bigger than you. I know you're a big guy, but it's even bigger than you, Ryan.
Where they try to, because I see this one lady always gets on there. It's like the fall of Gypsy Rose, and like, just like, come on, really? You have nothing better else to do? If I'm not bashing Gypsy, why do y'all feel the need to? Like, people who make those lies. I get it. Like, we did a show, and we let people in on our personal life.
And it might be that too. It might be that you allowed yourselves to come into our living rooms. Therefore, us being invested in your life. Therefore, us having a say. You invited us in. You guys got paid for that. So you allowed us to make comments, and you allowed your life to be in a fishbowl. Unfortunately, that's what you did, Ryan. But what we also found out through this, Ryan, was that those things were made prior to your marriage. Like, Christy set that shit up, huh? Christy set that shit up, didn't she? She set up a lot of stuff that you didn't know about. We should be happy about that too. See, we're not happy with the whole Blanchard family. Though we like Rod too. We know that you like Rod. We don't know if you still like Rod. We like Rod and me on this channel. I think we do. Because they seem to be more honest. But we're not 100% sure. But we can definitely say that we don't think Gypsy Rose is. So we do get to comment on that. Because, well, you guys had cameras in your faces. And Gypsy has lied. We've caught her in lies over and over again. Just like you have, Ryan. Just like you have.
It's like our fault for that. And I understand. I understand my role in it. The reality was I married her. And to be with her, like, she had already signed up for these shows. So it's one of those where, like, I tried to, it was like, I'd always try to talk her before she got out to be like, are you sure you want to do this? Are you sure? Are you sure? Are you sure? And I'd always be like, I will support you no matter what. Like, if you want to do it, we'll do it. But at the same time, like, if she'd have said, no, I don't want to, like, I'd have been cool with that too. Like, one of the last times I talked to her, she was like, I made you famous, so you need to be thankful for that.
And you know what? Do you remember when Gypsy was all giggly saying, I didn't want to be famous? Well, guess what, Ryan? You proved just now that she did want to be famous and that she thought it was cool. She thought it was cool, and that's what she wanted to do. Even though she told us, I just want to be like the regular average bear. No, you don't. And Ryan, don't get pissed at us for making Gypsy accountable for what she told us, for the lies that she told us. Let her be accountable for those. We're okay if it's okay that she lied to you. If she was dishonest with you, Ryan, you're right. We shouldn't be upset about that. We're pissed off about what she did to Nick. We're pissed off about what she did to her mom. We're pissed off about how she lied to the system and how she got away with MURDER. That's what we're pissed off about. Let us be pissed off. We'll let you be pissed off. How's that? How's that?
Like, jump on Nick's bandwagon is where he is. I'm not, just because, he traveled multiple states down to Boston and we drove up to Maine. What football team do I support? I am an LSU Tiger and New Orleans Saint. Who dat? That's why Nick's in jail for the rest of his life. I mean, y'all want my honest opinion? I don't need to look at those. That's why Nick's in jail the rest of his life. Y'all can say whatever you want on that. But he traveled multiple states down, and that's why he is where he is. I'm not just because me and Gypsy are no longer together right now and stuff, I'm not gonna ever like jump on Nick's bandwagon. He did what he did. He's where he needs to be.
So let me understand. It wasn't okay that she lied to you and used you. You can't even get that through your head. You don't even want to believe that she did that to you. But a young man who is much more vulnerable, that she GROOMED'd for more than 2 years and got him, somebody that never did anything like that before, somebody that told her several times. I mean, if you bothered looking, you would clearly see that he wanted to leave and take her without anything happening to Dee Dee. So you just keeping your eyes closed, pretending what you think is true without even looking into what really happened. That shows how weak you are, Ryan. That shows how weak you are. And that doesn't look good on you. At least own your shit. Look at who you married. Look at it. Look at that loud and clear. And stop blaming an autistic kid for something that your wife talked him into doing for over 2 years. And then tried to throw him under the bus. At least look at it. At least be open to looking at it. But then you'd have to admit that you were really, really stupid and naive when you married that woman. Own your shit.
Guys, I mean, the reality is I am going to have to get a DNA test regardless.
And Ryan, let's talk about this too. Isn't it horrible? Just isn't it absolutely horrible how, because you got married, and now I would assume you're trying to move forward with your life, but yet, oh my gosh, there's an obstacle. What is that obstacle, Ryan? You have to go get a DNA test. What did you do wrong that you have to go look forward to get a DNA test when probably you're feeling like, this isn't my kid. This is just a reminder that my wife cheated on me. This is just a reminder that I might not have mattered to her. This is just a reminder that maybe she needed just an address to get out. This is just a reminder that maybe she used me to make Ken jealous. Ryan, we're okay with you being okay with that. We're absolutely okay with that. You know what we're not okay with? We're not okay with the fact that she's going to bring some kid into this world, and this is the way the beginning is. The kid's doesn't know who the mom or dad is. We really don't even know who the mom is. That was a mistake when I said it, but I'm starting to think, do we know who the mom is? We don't even really know that she's pregnant. You see, our problem with her is that we don't trust her and that she got away with murder. Again, that's okay with you, but do you think it's okay with this little kid that isn't even born yet? It's going to realize, wow, I don't know if my mom unalived my grandma. And, my mom was a little sluty when I was born because she didn't even know who the daddy was. So all of this is okay? It's bigger than you, big boy. It's bigger than you. So that's okay with you, Ryan? Is that okay with you? Let me ask you this. You work with kids, right, Ryan? You work with kids. You know how cruel kids could be, right, Ryan? So what about when the school kids, the kids that Gypsy's kid is going to school with, what about when those kids say, yo, little Gypsy Rose, who's a daddy? And do you know what your mom did to your grandma? What about that, Ryan? Is that okay too? Is it? How many people are paying for Gypsy's mistakes? Guys, this is Issues with Toddy One Skip. Tell me what you think. Tell me what you think in the comments. I'm alive and well in the comments. I've caught up with all the emails. I'm going to address them. Guys, I really appreciate you. Don't forget, be better today than you were yesterday. Not half as good as you'll be tomorrow. Please like, subscribe, and share. I'll see you on the next one. Take care, guys. Don't be Gypsy Rose. Do not be Gypsy Rose. Don't be Ryan Anderson either. God knows we can't be that dumb. Thanks, guys. See you next time.